Ma mère s'appelle Nawal Marwan.
اسم امها نوال مروان.
Elle est née ici.
قاعد تحكي انه هي تعرف انها انولدت هون.
ما عم نعرفها.
كيف نعرفها؟ كيف ما نعرفها؟
فديها امها.
عليكي.
امها فديها، ايش معكم؟ لا غلط هي هون. لا غلط، امها فديها. ايش صار؟ لا انت غلط. لا فديها.
Incendies is a drama mystery war film that's written and directed by Denis Villeneuve. So Incendies won the last poll, and Mother by Bong Joon-ho actually came really close to beating it out. But I will have you know that I actually did have the time to watch Mother. So I will also be doing a movie review for that tomorrow, because I know that I said that I was working on my short film, so I didn't know if I had time, but I made time for it. And I am really excited to talk about that film as well. But I was incredibly ecstatic about the amount of enthusiasm that this poll had, because this was by far the most popular poll that I've done this far. I believe it had 175 votes. The one that came closest to that was 135 votes with Magnolia in the running. I just really appreciate that from you guys, and it really means a lot that you guys are interacting with my content in this way. And if you've really enjoyed all these poll reviews that I've done this far, please give this video a like amongst all the other ones that I've done. It would really mean a lot to me. So Denis Villeneuve is a film director that is certainly in my top 5 favorite contemporary film directors that we have. Because what Denis Villeneuve has been able to achieve up to this point is something that not a lot of filmmakers can do. And what that is being able to have uncompromising, artful visions and sticking to your own style without having to change anything for the mainstream, but at the same time, being able to reach the mainstream and being able to appeal to a lot of different viewers. And Denis Villeneuve achieves just that with films like Blade Runner 2049, Arrival, Sicario, even Prisoners. He's able to make incredibly cerebral films, but not in a way that scares away most casual viewers. He's able to craft them in a way that is able to draw them in. And that is something that I highly respect out of a filmmaker. And so with all that being said, obviously, I haven't seen a Denis Villeneuve movie this far that I haven't loved. I've loved every single one of the movies that I've seen, including Enemy, which is one of his more uncompromising, artful films that are kind of abstract and interpretive in a way, and a bit more uncompromising than the ones that he's been coming out with recently. But I really enjoyed that film as well. And going into Incendies, this is the first Denis Villeneuve film that I've seen that is in a foreign language. Most of this film is in French, which didn't bother me at all, but I know that for most people that might be bothersome. And this is one of those films that I knew absolutely nothing going into it. Honestly, most of these poll reviews that I'm doing with you guys, I really don't know much about them when I go into it. Some I might know because they're just kind of too popular for me not to know about it. But most of them, I don't know really anything besides who actually made the film. And after seeing it, guys, let me tell you, Denis Villeneuve once again has made a film that I love. Like, this is a film that I'm honestly contemplating whether or not this is in my top 2 favorite Denis Villeneuve films, because this film, along with all of his other films, is directed and crafted in terms of the sound design, score, the camera work. And it's crafted in a way that I just am enthralled by, and I am completely engaged by. Because one thing that I've noticed about Denis Villeneuve as a film director is that he isn't like, he doesn't try anything too flashy with the camera work. Like, I love how beautiful and powerful he's able to capture images, but in a subtle way that doesn't come off like he's trying to be too stylistic or trying too hard. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love filmmakers like Gaspar Noé as well, who is, everywhere with the camera, especially with films like Irreversible. I think that the camera work in that film is an achievement of its own. But there's also something special about being able to achieve something so powerful and so beautiful in a more subtle way that that Villeneuve is able to achieve. And this film is also a great example of that, because every frame of this is really stunning. This film is captured in a way that you would expect a Denis Villeneuve movie to be captured. And the way he utilizes camera work throughout the film, again, it's like he's able to pace the film in this slow burn way, but it's never ever boring. Like, you are absolutely engaged through this entire film. If there's any filmmaker out there who is trying to like master their craft in terms of slow burn cinema, I think Denis Villeneuve is the guy to go to if you really want to know how to make slow burn cinema effective. Because every second of this film is incredibly intriguing. It's not only his aesthetic direction that achieves this, it's also within the writing and how he's able to slowly unravel and reveal information throughout the film. Because the way that he's able to reveal information in terms of, actual like expositional information about the characters, about certain characters' backgrounds, and because this film is like a mystery, because as you're watching the film, there's a lot that you don't understand or know about, but little by little it starts revealing its hidden secrets, and the way that it's able to do this feels absolutely natural. It doesn't feel like he's trying to spoon feed the audience in any way, with the exception of maybe a few slight moments that weren't really that consequential. All the information seems absolutely necessary for the audience to know, and it doesn't seem like he's trying too hard to really make you understand something. And I really, really appreciate that about Denis Villeneuve as a filmmaker as well, because he's also a really, really brilliant writer. And this film is incredibly emotional, I think in the most haunting way that I've seen from any of his films thus far. Because, his films being an emotional thing isn't really a surprise, because Arrival is an incredibly emotional movie. That's a film that's going to jerk tears out of you in the first minute. And then you have Prisoners, which is also a really emotional film, just given the context of what happens in that film. But what you learn about certain characters in this film, and the kind of images and scenes that are shown to you in some parts of this film, are so tragic and so powerfully emotional that there are some times where it probably will jerk tears out of you as well. This scene that you're seeing here on the wallpaper is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. It was one of those scenes that, as hard as I was trying to hold back my tears, they were definitely going to come out no matter how hard I was trying. And again, it's not only is it the writing and the context of what's happening is just really emotional, but again, it's how he's directing it, it's how he's presenting it. And this is a mystery type film, so there are some twists that occur in this film. And the huge twist that happens in the third act of this film was just absolutely mind-blowing. And honestly, this is one of those twists that nobody was able to predict. Like, if you say that you predicted this twist, you are a lying motherfucker, because there was just absolutely no way anybody saw this twist coming. But it was incredibly effective. And again, one of those moments where you're just like, your mind was absolutely blown. And the few exceptions that I mentioned earlier that has to do with the writing does slightly have to do with the twist, because there were two different lines in this film. One that I thought was maybe doing a little bit too much to get the audience to understand. And then one like really jarring line that had to do with math that was just kind of out there and felt a bit awkward. I'm not saying it was bad, but I'm kind of mixed about it, because when it occurred, it was just one of those jarring things where like I didn't feel anything because I just didn't understand what it was really trying to get at. I mean, now that I think about it, now like I do understand where they were going with it, but at the time in the moment, it's not one of those things that really have an effect on you. Yeah, so again, like the writing in this film is really good, don't get me wrong, but there are just one of those few moments where I just think maybe it was trying a little bit too hard to give the audience too much information, and some that are just kind of perplexing. But one last thing that I haven't touched on yet regarding this film was the emotionally powerful performances from these two main actresses. One, I believe her name is Lubna Asabal. She plays the mother of the main actress in this film. The kind of scenes that she has to convey emotionally were absolutely staggering, and she really knocked it out of the park. And her daughter, who is played by Melissa Desarmeaux, she was incredible in this film as well. There's one scene in particular where certain information is getting revealed to her, and the camera's just on her for like what seems like forever, and just her facial expressions and the way that she's emoting as this information is being revealed was incredibly impressive and just emotionally draining, because it was what she's being told is something that is really hard to react to for an actress. And I thought it was really impressive the way she did that. So yeah, those two main performances, really, really well done. And huge props to Denis Villeneuve for the direction, but also huge props to them for being able to bring their talent to the table. But yeah, I absolutely love this film. The direction is flawless. The aesthetics are stunning. The acting is really, really well done. And the writing is on point, and just the way that the mystery unravels was really engaging throughout the film. And the twists and turns, especially the giant twist at the very end, it's, you know, that's what I call pure professional kino. So I'm going to give Incendies a 9 out of 10. I obviously recommend everybody to watch this film. As long as you can handle subtitles, it should be fine. But anyway, those are my thoughts on Incendies. I'm going to be reviewing Mother tomorrow, so please be around for that. And please also be around tomorrow, because I'm going to be putting out another poll filled with you guys' requests. And also, in the comment section, please tell me what you thought about Incendies. I love to hear you guys' thoughts on film. And also make sure to leave your requests down below in the comment section as well, because without your requests, I really can't make polls, so I really rely on those requests. But yeah, thank you very much for hearing what I had to say about Incendies. If you really enjoyed what I had to say about it, please give this video a thumbs up and share it amongst your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be updated on more film-related content.